Just thought I'd make a quick video on a find I made the other day. This is an axe, a stone axe. I mean, may have even been metal, steel at one time, iron, and it's been petrified into stone, or it may be a genuine stone axe. It's got a very sharp edge here. Well, it was very sharp at one time, but you could still possibly cut with it with a bit of force. It's kind of like definitely been made into a sharp edge there. This is it all around, and the point on that side. I'd say it was probably hafted, like so, and a stick. There we are. It's a really nice example of a stone axe, or what may have been iron at one time, an iron axe head that is now petrified into stone. And at the same time I found this piece of bone which is fossilized. Look at it. And right near it I found this very interesting fossilized bone. You see here? I thought it was actually an intact bone when I picked it up. I didn't really realise it was stone. It looks so much like a bone. But I'd say that was a bone of a being at one time. And quite possibly right here, I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up very well, but looks like the toe of a giant being. You can just make out the outline of the nail bed here. That's where the nail would have gone. In fact, you can see it much better. I'm going to get a decent camera because the light on this camera is not very good. So yeah, you can see the outline of the nail. There you go. That's the nail bed coming there all the way up where a nail would be on a toe. And there's the bit that that's where the nail bed starts. And here we have the knuckle joint of the toe, this bit here. That's what it looks like from the other side. But yeah, definitely I'm going to clean up the nail bed a bit better. But there we are. There's the nail bed and the knuckle of the toe. It's very big. Show roughly how big it is. There's a lighter here. So there's the nail bed around here, and here's the lighter. So it was pretty massive. Came from if it is a fossil of a toe, it came off a very large being. You can make out the knuckle there. What else did I find that was interesting? Like either maybe a body part or something that's been made into a effigy of some sort. If you hold it this side, you've got this round bit here and that, like a hairdo. Then you've got the nose coming down here, and there's an eye being etched into it. And there's the mouth area. And if you turn it around, you have another eye there being etched in and coming down. And they've carved in an ear. So it could be an actual mud fossil of some kind of strange creature that roamed the earth before the flood. Or it may be a carved effigy. So there's some very interesting shapes on it. Another one. Oh yeah, I showed this before. I just found it outside again. This metal. It was, but I think it was an animal, like a small alligator or something, or a snake that was curled up in a ball. Could be a snake. If you can see a tail there, and this kind of goes. That's the start of the tail where it's curled up, but it goes round and round and round until you've got the head in here, and it has a spiny back. Again, it's very difficult to make out on this camera, but this, whatever this is, it's turned into stone, and the amount of blood that has bled out of it has turned to iron all over it. So you can just about make out the back of the creature here. Yeah. So I think I need to preserve this better than I have been. I left it outside in the garden. What else do I have here? Found some pretty interesting stone carvings. Again, these flints were probably body parts that have fossilized into flint, and some ancient men have just come and carved out profiles on it, like a side profile of the face. There's the hair, nose coming down, and if you turn it that way and look at it from the side, you've got this hair bit coming down and a nose coming down into a chin and an eye there. Yeah, so but I'd say it was probably a animal at one time, or a body part that has fossilized into flint. Oh yeah, just seeing it now. It's the head of a giant rodent. There's the nose area, there's the eye, the forehead of the rodent, and there's the ear. Here. I'm just about to make out the shape of it. Yeah. And what else did I find? Just recently, another interesting one here. If I can find the right angle to look at it. Oh, here we go. So I found this piece of flint, and I thought it had some strange shapes on it. So I took it home and cleaned it, and again we have another item of flint that they have carved features in. Here is the mouth, and they've carved an eye in there, and a nose here. There's the eye. So there's a mouth, nose, eye, and then this forehead coming right up into a kind of an elongated skull area. So you keep your focus on the eye, and I'll twist it this way and that. Yeah. When you turn it that way, you've got a bit of a side profile of the face. So I think the ancient man found these flints that did resemble faces and animals, because they are genuinely fossilized body parts and bodies that have been transmuted into mud fossils. And then sometimes they put their own carvings into them. They saw them and thought, wow, that looks like a face. Like here, you've got the eye there, and an eye there, and a nose, and they just mucked around with them and for their entertainment or for ritual purposes to create different faces on them. But I think the most spectacular one is the big toe. So I'm going to have a go at cleaning up that nail bed better. I haven't cleaned it really at all. So there's the outline of the nail bed here, and the knuckle, like I've shown you before, of a potentially giant's toe. Here we go, that's the nail bed better. You can definitely make out the outline of the nail. And there's the bit cuticle, I don't know what they're called, not an expert on podiatry or whatever it's called, and that's where the nail bed sat. And there's the knuckle, you can actually make out a bit of a wrinkle there. Yeah. So that's just a few that I found. Actually, I found them when those ones I've got there. I found when I was when I found this artifact of what I consider to be a somewhat crude carving of a dragon. From looking at it from above, so you're looking down on it and its legs are crouched out. So, see if there's anything else interesting I have. I think I maybe, while I'm here, I just got this up here. You showed this before, this little pot. It's a crystal pot that I found. Actually found it when I found this crystal. The one with the eye and kind of the nose and the fang there that I've shown before. And this was right beside it, this little crystal pot, and in the pot is this red ochre or dye, which may have been used to paint things or their faces or something like that. So it's definitely a little pot. This camera's not picking up the colours, but that is red, pinky red inside there. Right, anything else? Reasonably interesting while I'm here. I've shown before one or two of these. You know, there's the map of the UK. I call it the map of the UK in stone. So we got the outline of the UK coming down here, and there's the Isle of Wight at the bottom and the south. It's coming out into Cornwall, going up there. The Midlands going up towards Scotland, and Scotland's kind of curved over there a bit, but yeah, it just reminded me when I found it of the outline of a map of the UK, and it may have been carved by the people that chipped out the kind of like the cortex off to create that image. And do you know what is amazing about this? I have seen ancient maps of Britain that I think Flat Earth British showed some of them of the British Isles, and it shows Scotland in a different. Oh no, I saw them on Google. Yeah, a while ago. I was searching out old maps of Britain, and it showed Scotland bigger and different to what we see it today. And if you were to take the bit that curves up here and then draw it two-dimensionally on a flat plane, it looks identical to the layout of Scotland in the ancient kind of pre-flood looking maps that they've got. So just a few little interesting finds, one or two older ones, and some of the new ones I've found. Let's show the bone again. So, as you can see, that bone is fossilizing. So I don't know if it's human or animal or what it is. And this bone that's turned into flint. Or whether it's a tree branch, it might be a small log or a tree branch, I don't know. But yeah, there we go, just a few things. Not that great, but I found them recently. Anyway, thank you for watching.